Hello everyone, welcome to Busy Lizzie's Budget. In this video, we are going to be adding up all of our sinking funds. I have 3 binders where I save sinking funds. I've named them high priority, medium priority, and low priority. And what we are going to do, since today is May 1st, we're going to write down the totals that we have saved in each of those categories to see how much we have total saved in our sinking funds, and then we will next month see what the difference is to see how much we saved in the month of May. And then after we're done adding those up, I'm going to show you what I decided to do with the rollover money that we had left over from yesterday's video, just in case anyone was interested. So I'll put that to the side for now. And we'll start with my high priority sinking funds binder. Now, if you don't know what a sinking fund is, it's just a name for an account or an envelope or something where you save money for planned expenses. So things you know you're going to need to buy in the future, but maybe it's a bill that only comes around once every 3 months or 6 months, or saving for Christmas and things like that. So I like to make my own covers for my PVC binders. So that is the front, and here is the back. It says, set goals and go. It reminds me of Monopoly, so I like it. It brings back good memories from when I was a kid. So for this binder, we're gonna go ahead and start with the first category, which is emergency fund. Now, you may notice I have these trackers, and they're laminated trackers. They're also kind of like dividers. Let me just make sure this is in frame. And I bought these for my best girl, Savannah, from Sav Saves, and every time I make a payment, I write it in, and that helps me keep accountability, because if I didn't have to write when I put in and take out money, I would probably just, anytime I'm having a rainy day and I don't have money in my wallet, I would probably just go ahead and swipe money from one of these. So it really does help keep me accountable. So I'm gonna go ahead and count this for you and then write down what the total is. So let's make sure you can see it. All right, so in emergency fund, we have $400. So we'll put that back and we'll go ahead and write down 400. I'm not gonna worry about writing too neatly. And then our next category is travel or vacation. I did make this envelope, and it's one of my favorites, and it's one of the things I'll be selling in my Etsy store, which I will be opening very soon. And you'll see there's no money in here, just a card that says 1,000. And this is what we call a placeholder here in the budgeting community. And every time I get $500, I deposit in the bank and I put in a placeholder, because I don't want to keep any large amounts of money at home. So I just hit 1,000 in travel. So that money is in the bank in an account marked travel. And then the next category is my dog Ranger. And here's a super cute picture of him. I'll try to insert a clip here or a video of him so you can get to know him a little better.
Ranger, do you love Mama? Do you love Mama? Ranger. Ranger, watch me. Good boy. Do you love Mama? Oh, you do. Oh, thank you, buddy.
He's the love of my life, my 3rd child. And in his account, we also just reached a number for a place card. We also just reached $1,000. So that's all that's in there, which is great. He is going to be having surgery soon, and the surgery is going to cost about $700. And then he needs to have his yearly exam and shots, and we need to buy him some medicine. So we're actually going to need to save more than $1,000 before his appointment that's coming up in a couple months. But that's definitely a great start. The next category is investing for my future. And this one is for my Roth IRA. One of my goals this year was to, by the end of the year, open up a Roth IRA. And I did. And, oh, my dog just came to say hi. I don't think you can see him, but he's right here. Anyway, he must have heard us talking about him. So I just reached $2,000. I've been saving for a very long time. So I did open the Roth IRA last week, and I opened it with $2,000. So that is super exciting. So I'll write that down. And then the next thing we'll be working on is opening my husband's Roth IRA. So now we'll be saving for him and get his open. But for right now, there's nothing in his. This is the envelope I'm going to use for him. And so right now that has nothing. So I'll just put down a 0. And then the next category is medical. This is one of my favorite envelopes I made. I just love it. I love all the colors. And in this one, we also just reached 500. So the next time I do one of these videos, there'll be a lot more green real cash to count. But in this video, I just hit a bunch of amounts that would, I can't think of the word, but that would justify a placeholder. So anyway, now I just started getting my nails done for the first time in over 20 years. So I have $5 in there only, and that's because I just got my nails done and it was $5 less than I thought. So I have $5 left over, but I'll be putting money in this soon. So that will do it for this binder. So we'll go ahead and put this aside, and then we will go to my medium priority sinking funds binder. In this binder, the first envelope I have, it says BMW, and what you'll see it has no money in it, but I want to use that to put extra money in there so I can make extra principal only payments. But right now that is no longer a medium priority, so I probably should put this in a different binder, but I'm just going to put 0 there. And then gifts is my next category, and I absolutely love this folder that I made. I think it's so cute. Okay, so we'll go ahead and count the money in here. We have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 30, 40, 150. So we have 150 in gifts. This one gets used a lot, so a lot goes in and a lot goes out because I just love to give gifts. And the next category is property taxes. And for this one, I save all of the money in an account in the bank because this is a bill I pay online once every 6 months. And so I don't want to save the money at home and then have to deposit it to pay the bill. So this one has $1,000. And then I do have $100 placeholders, which I don't have for my other categories. But since, again, this one, it's a lot of money and I don't want to keep any of it at home because it just creates more work for me. So we have $1,000, $1,100, $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 in there, which is exactly the amount we're supposed to have right now. So we have $1,400. We'll put that back. And then sewer and water is next. And we don't have any money in here because I just paid the bill. And I only pay that bill every 3 months, but that bill just came around. So I took the money in the envelope and paid the bill. So the next category is registration for my car. So I'm going to cover the sticker because it has my license plate number. But this is for my Subaru registration, which comes once a year. And in here we have $20, $40, $50, which again is exactly how much we're supposed to have. I save $50 a month so that when I have to do the registration in January, I will have probably a little more than I need, but I'd rather have a little extra. And then for my new purple BMW that I have, same thing, I have a sticker of my license plate because when I made these folders, I didn't dream I'd be starting a channel. It had always been a dream that I never thought would come to fruition. But in here, I have $100. So that's perfect. And that is going to do it for this binder. So before I go to the next binder, or the last binder, I just wanted to let you know that my daughter made these blocks that say Busy Lizzy's Budget. And they're actually a pretty good size. They're 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. She put a ton of layers of paint on them. I almost said soap. I don't know why. And she painted them and wrote the letters, and she spent a very long time working on them. And it was such a nice surprise when she gave them to me. And I think it's perfect for my channel. And I love having a little part of her here with me. But shout out to her, to Addie. She did a great job. And now we're going to go to the last binder. This is my low priority sinking funds. And I love this sloth sticker in the hoodie. I think it's super cute. And then the back says hustle, and I love how that matches. Well, obviously I picked this color to match it, but this is one of my favorite binders. And of course I love the sparkles on here and the rose gold. So in here, the first category I have are tips for my hairdresser, Barb. And in here, we don't have anything because I just got my hair cut. So there's nothing in there. I'll have to put money in there. The next one is hair. And if you're wondering why I have two separate envelopes for hair, it's because I really love this one that I made that I had been using. But then I bought this one that I really liked. So I wanted to use two. So I decided to separate one for tip and one for my haircut. So there's nothing in here also, which would make sense since I just got my hair done. And then the next category is counseling. And I do go to counseling every once in a blue moon, but at the moment I have not been needing to go. So I do like to have money in here in case I decide I'd like to go. But right now I don't have anything in there, which is fine. And then clothes. Let's go ahead and count that. Let's see. We have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 200. So that's a great amount to have in there, especially for a family of 4. So that's exciting. It's not always that high. And the next category is supplies, and this is for supplies I've been buying for my Etsy shop. I have been creating product all winter long so that I can start an Etsy shop, which is another one of my dreams I've had for 10 years or so. So right now this has nothing in it because I bought so many supplies, so now I'm set for a while. But I also wanted to mention that I have a lot of envelopes in my binders that look like this. They're some of my favorites, and I bought them from Katie Reynolds. She is Reynolds Budgets. And she has an Etsy shop called Reynolds Budgets, and she makes beautiful envelopes. So those are from her. And the last envelope I have is for winter. And you might be wondering why I'm saving for winter all year round. And that is because my daughter and my husband love to snowboard, and we decided that we want to buy my daughter her own snowboarding gear so that we don't have to rent it every time we go, because it takes more time away from them snowboarding. And we also don't want to buy it or purchase the stuff until right before the next season, next winter, because she grows so fast. So we're going to wait until closer to winter till we find a sale. We're hoping we can get everything she needs used so that it'll be less expensive, but we're going to go ahead and just save as much as we can, and whatever leftover we have can go toward passes and things like that. So basically we'll never have enough money in this envelope, but we do have a good start. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 250. So we have $250. I'll write it down before I forget. So that is great, as our winter is just ending here. I think we had snow last week, and then yesterday it was almost 70, and we cleaned out our pool and got that ready. So the weather here in New Hampshire is a little bit crazy. So that will do it for this binder. And then the next thing we're gonna do is go ahead and add up all these categories to see how much total we have in savings. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that up on my calculator, and we'll go ahead and fast forward this for you so that you don't have to wait while I add everything up. Okay, and I already know that I made a mistake because instead of 50, I put in 500. So I'm going to subtract 450, and that equals $7,055. So I'll write that down, and then I'm going to count it again on the calculator, usually to double check my work. The first time I add from the top to the bottom, and then when I double check it, I go from the bottom to the top. So hopefully I don't make the same mistake twice. So again, I'll speed this up while I go ahead and double check this. Okay, and that came to the same thing. It both came to $7,055. So I had no idea that's how much we had in savings. That's a great amount. I'm super happy with that. And then lastly, before I let you go, I'm going to do one more thing, and that is pull out the money from yesterday's video that I had not spent last week. It is 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 110, $115. And I have decided to put that toward my Capital One credit card. I just have one credit card and it usually has a zero balance. And if I do use it, I take the money out of the appropriate sinking fund, send it to the bank, and make a payment. But I ended up carrying a little bit of a balance. I haven't carried it. It's not due yet or anything like that. But it was money that I didn't want to pull out of my sinking funds because it was for some really random stuff. So anyway, I got this Capital One envelope and I just stuck it in the front of my high priority sinking funds binder because I believe that debt is something that is a high priority to pay off. So I have decided that anytime I have little amounts of extra money, I'm going to put it in here. And then whenever I go to the bank, I'll just take it out of here and put it in my to-bank envelope in my wallet that I use every day, deposit it and make a payment. And then after I do that a few times, that should be paid off without touching my sinking funds. So that is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I really hope that you'll like it, comment, and consider subscribing. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you all more than you'll ever know. Have a great week, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.